As well as working with Ned, my main role on the race is that of race controller, and that basically means I need to get the race off on time and safely from stage start to stage finish. Also in the car with me is my wingman, Ron Keeble. Now Ron is so experienced. He's done 9 tours of Britain and is obviously very, very used to dealing with situations as they happen on the road. From time to time, things can happen. Obviously, a race situation is very, very fluid. So we could have a forward of the race, we could have a road traffic accident. And it's our decision between myself and Ron, and obviously the commissaires and Brian Smith in race control too, to make decisions, the dynamic decisions on what happens to the race, whether we neutralise it or whether we take a diversion. Just past the blue board, and that basically states that the riders are free to feed from vehicles behind the race. So what you find, maybe not so much today, but on the hot days, rods will drop back, domestiques will drop back to the team cars, get bottles, food, take clothes back for the team leaders. So we have X amount of resources. We have, National Escort Group motos, we have police motorcycle outriders. So one of the roles of the race controller is to make sure that those resources are deployed, proportionately to ensure that each group on the road can basically get safely to the finish. But Leopold Koenig out sprinting JT at the finish there, and we just wait and see if he's done enough to secure the golden jersey.
It may not have the prestigious climbs of stage 6, but the combination of heavy roads and gruelling terrain of Dartmouth will provide another stern challenge for the peloton. Starting in the North Devon town of Barnstaple, the tour heads south towards the wilds of Dartmoor that provide some great vantage points for spectators to view the race. Off the moor, it's a sprint to the coast and a finish on the quayside in Dartmouth. Well, yesterday, Matt, you very aptly described the stage as crocodile teeth or alligator teeth, so serrated the whole way along. Where do these key climbs come today? How close to the end?
We've got a climb, a second cat climb after about 15 miles today, and then it's just very, very undulating up and down roads. Then we have 2 first cat climbs midway through the race. It's still very, very hilly in the last 3 quarters, but then the race does drop off as we head towards sea level, and we get 2 hotspot sprints very, very close to the finish.
Now, explain why they might be critical, as well as the hotspot sprint straight from the gun.
Well, obviously the hotspot sprint from the gun is going to suit Leigh Howard down to the ground. No doubt Orica are going to tee him up for that sprint. Maybe JT will contest it, but I think he'll save his powder for the climbs themselves. But again, if JT doesn't get rid of Leigh Howard, Nathan Haas and co, there's 2 sprints on the run-in. He's certainly not going to get rid of any other protagonists in the last 15k because it's essentially downhill.
Fascinating stuff. 9 seconds overall up for grabs if someone can win all 3 of those sprints. Let's find out exactly what goes on the road with Declan Quigley and Rob Hales.
So all set to go at the start of this 173-kilometre 7th stage of Tour of Britain. And the riders face a very, very tough day in the saddle indeed. We've got 3 classified climbs along the way. Second category ascent of South Hill after just over 14 miles. First category climb of Maryvale, just on 56 miles, and Coffinstone comes just over 10 miles later. So it's going to be a tough day for them. There's plenty of other rollers after that, and these riders will certainly know they've been in a bike race at the end of this.
Extremely difficult stage, as you said there, Declan, and a real sting in the tail as well today. But no doubt this man here looking forward to racing on his local roads.
The man from Plymouth and Devon, Jonathan Tiernan-Locke, with the race leader's gold IG jersey, is prominent at the front and looking a little bit nervous and anxious as well. He might, but he'll no doubt be buoyed by the huge support there is along the route, with the roads lined throughout and especially on the hills. They've been coming out since early morning, and Jonathan Tiernan-Locke will not lack for backing. So it's a glorious day for racing, and join us for all the race action after these.